Hey guys, it's me, Izzy, and I am here to review on Sonic Boom E3 trailer. Now, in this trailer, I'm actually going to spot out on some of the things that I didn't talk, because I didn't make a review on this, and some of the things that I actually saw during the trailer. And I'm just going to stay out in a video, since I think nobody will state this. They'll just stay out their opinion. So, I'm going to stay out the facts and what I think is going to happen during the series. Now the trailer starts off with mostly explain on Eggman. It explains on his evil plan to practically try to hunt down Sonic, and how he explains to the villain, "I'm going to get you one day." And it's kind of like a hang cliffhanger on who's the hero of this series. And he says there's only one man to stop them, though. And that's when they did a little screw up a little bit. And I'm not saying it's an offended screw up. I'm just saying that it's like a good screw up, like how they stop you, like the music plays and then all of a sudden it stops to like, oh, you got that wrong or something. That's kind of what they did. And they did it with new footage this time. They took it and they're like, well, about that, and they showed footage of Sonic actually doing this with his head as he looks Tails in the eye. The one thing I noticed is that probably Sonic is fat. Yes, Sega has been filling his belly with cookies ever since winter. And of course he gained weight with that, and now he has a fat bulge sticking out. I just noticed that when he started bending over in his little hand gesture. And it seemed like he had a fat bulge right on his side. Either the animation was wrong, or he has actually gained weight from his previous careers from Lost World. So the trailer goes on, and it explains about mostly what's going to happen. It explains about the new villains that will possibly be in it. It explains about mostly the characters. We get to see Amy, and trust me, does she look strange. Amy looks like a psycho killer in this, and I'm not just saying it for the fun of it because Amy's a little bit cuckoo, as we last knew in the previous series. She actually looks like a psycho killer. Like, this is literally his smile. You don't want that as a wife, people. But moving on from the Amy half, I actually spied out a scene where Knuckles comes in for once. We actually get to see Knuckles in this little E3 trailer. And he's actually posing as a doctor, as it looks like, holding up a clipboard and a pen. And he's kind of making a little running gag with Sonic, who I'm assuming he is hurt since it looks like Knuckles is checking up on him. And Knuckles makes his running gag, saying, maybe you should be my sidekick. The way he said that, Travis Willingham, it was amazing. And now that I look at Knuckles, I wasn't actually viewing him as a buff guy that I saw and thought would change the original Knuckles. I actually see him as Knuckles in this new form. And I was pretty scared that the fandom would not even see Knuckles as he is now. I mean, yeah, he's a little bit taller and a little bit buffer and has some sports tape on, but he's still your regular Knuckles. He still makes running gags with Sonic. And I love how Sonic and Knuckles aren't really in a huge, fight frenemy relationship like Dr. Eggman and Sonic are, like it happened in Sonic X. I love how they're kind of more like allies in this series, it seems like. But now I haven't gone into all of the details, and I haven't even seen all the details to actually figure that out yet. But it seems like they're a little bit more on the same level of friendship and trustworthy relationship than they were back in Sonic X. Another thing I want to point out is that during the series, we actually figured out that Tails is kind of, maturing a little bit more. Seeing that Sonic was there's this little scene where Sonic actually is telling him, I was trying to protect you, and Tails makes the statement, well, the more you protect me, the more it gets me into danger. Now, they made a running gag at the end, but that line right there that Tails said actually showed a little bit more maturity in Tails than all the other episodes or all the other games. And it kind of put a tear in some people's eyes, but I really think it's a good leeway for him. I mean, Tails should be a little bit more mature at this age. And I love how they're making him a little bit more mature and a little bit more teenager-like than back in the other games when the franchise kept on treating him a little bit like a baby. And now I love how in this series, Sonic is probably going to realize that Tails is a grown-up teenager. He is a grown-up kid. We should have him go off on his own a little bit. And I love how they're trying to aim for that. Like, I even saw clips of Tails fighting on his own, it looks like. And I love how Sega's bringing into that direction, being like, I have to grow up. I'm loving how they matured Tails. Now, I don't know how it's going to last with the maturity, because sometimes franchises could mature them a little bit too much. Now, we don't want that to happen. So, try to keep at the minimum, Sega, of maturity. Again, going on the fact with Sonic and Tails. At the end of that statement, Sonic actually says, well, the plane had holes. Well, this is what it sounded like to me. The plane had holes. Did Roger Craig Smith forget to say holes again? I mean, come on. You don't really need any miscorrections or anything like that. Because sometimes it sounds like another word. Try to enunciate a little bit more. Because a lot of people may have not catch that, but it really sounds like O's instead of holes. So maybe we should just enunciate a little bit more, and I hope I don't get that little spelling mistake. Either as a background music or something else, because Sonic really sounded like he said O's instead of holes. And I'm sensing in this series that there's probably going to be a little bit of Son Amy. Now, I'm a Son Amy fan, but I'm not a huge one that I was a long time ago. I mean, I've kind of grown off of that Son Amy fan, and I've just gone off to, hey, Sonic probably wants to be alone. Let's have him be alone. Now, I don't know if Sega's going to go that direction with the Son Amy plan, but in this, there's a clip where it looked like Amy was trying to impress Sonic. Now, Amy hasn't really changed, just her look and everything. And I love how she's still that little crazy girl, just a little bit. We don't need it go bonkers crazy like in Sonic X. But I love how she's just a little bit that crazy girl that wants to impress her crush. And it looked like she was trying to impress him with juggling. And Sonic was actually enjoying it. I think in this series, Sonic is actually going to notice Amy's crush, but is not going to be offended by it or not trying to run away from it. I think he's probably going to be like, it's cute, but I'm not really ready for this. And with that, I love how they don't really aim for, oh yeah, Sonic's going to run away again, to let the franchise be like, oh, I know what's going to happen next. And I love how Sonic is actually, like, it's really hard to explain, but I love how they're just taking Sonic and, like, trying to make him a little bit more immune or get used to Amy's little crush feelings. And who knows, maybe they'll show a little bit of Son Amy in this, maybe they won't. I'm fine either way. It's just, I love how they kept the Son Amy a little bit in there, but I don't want them to go all crazy with the Son Amy. Like, actually have Sonic develop feelings for Amy, because I like the way it is with Amy trying to impress Sonic and Sonic being like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I love where it's going with that. And I really hope it stays like that. Just like a minimum. And I hope there's an episode in the future where probably Amy tries to impress Sonic and Sonic's like, you know what, I really like you as a friend, but you gotta understand, I like what you're doing. I love how you impress me. But I think I'm not ready yet. Because maybe he isn't ready. We never know. He's Sonic. Now, we haven't seen Sticks the Badger in this little preview, but I think she's going to show up sooner or later. We saw her in the E3 game. We saw her as a playable character. And I don't know where Shadow is going to be put. I haven't seen him in any of the game trailers or the TV trailers. So where is he going to go? Is he going to be the pizza delivery man? Oh, special order for Sonic crew. Oh wait, that's my shotgun. No, we don't. I just don't know why people think it's a good idea to add Shadow in there. I mean, it doesn't look like Shadow has a place. Unless he's like one of the agencies at Gun. One of the agencies that Styx says are turning her plants into violins. It's kind of a mystery on where they would possibly want to put Shadow. Because I don't think he just has a rightful place in any of the franchises. It's very weird. I shouldn't say any of the franchises, because he does have a rightful place in the franchise, but I don't think he has a rightful place in this, like, little small franchise we have. Yeah. Now, before I leave, I am going to mention Eggman. We're probably going to see an episode where Eggman takes off his jacket, notifying because Eggman looks like he's wearing a tank top, or at least a muscle shirt, in one of the scenes at the end. Now, I wonder what's going to happen with that, since it seems like they're making that noticeable in a lot of scenes. Now, a lot of people haven't even figured out it, but I've actually watched it for a long time. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be an episode where they actually take off Eggman's jacket, which that would kind of be interesting. Hello? And that's practically it. Like, comment, subscribe below your opinions on Sonic. And what do you think, who do you think would be a good character to add in Sonic Boom? Okay, so this is Izzy Reviews, and I am out, foxes.